in the world.
Okay, there's a question here from the Philippines. What is the current price of corn in FOB terms in Indonesia? And is there opportunity to import into the Philippines?
Sure. Indonesia, if you see, most of the area is in Java. We have a corn belt also in North Sulawesi. North Sulawesi, this is North Sulawesi, and this is Philippines. Gorontalo has been the new corn belt of Indonesia. But the problem, Gorontalo cannot sell their corn to Surabaya or to Jakarta here, which is the major feed mill factory here, because the price of shipping corn from Gorontalo, which is here, to Surabaya, is much more expensive from the price of shipping the corn from US to Surabaya. So instead, they don't sell to Java, but they sell to Philippines here, and they sell to Malaysia here, because of we lack of infrastructure like port and road and everything. And the problem in Indonesia, most of the corn we still use bag. You know, when they harvest the corn, they put it in the bag. When they try to get the corn from the they unload from the bag and they put it in the bag again. When they want to dry, they unload from the bag and they put it in the bag again. That make the cost handling become expensive.
Any other question? There's another question from the same table. And it has to do with, I can't read it, but I think what it's saying is land for corn cultivation in Indonesia, any available land for corn cultivation in Indonesia, are foreigners allowed to cultivate? In other words, could a foreign company come in and take land and cultivate for export, let's say, back to a country, say, like the Philippines?
The answer is yes or no. In Indonesia, individual cannot buy land in Indonesia, but a company can buy land. So this is other part of the Indonesia which is potential for corn. This is like Sumbawa, where the land is flat, but the problem we have less water. We have to add up a pump or something like that. You can grow here corn like you grow the corn in developed country like in US. But in Java, it's very difficult to grow the corn like developed country in US, because this is very populated very populated area, and one farmer probably only have less than 1 hectare of land. So it's very difficult to make all the farmers join together. But yes, anybody can grow corn in other part of Indonesia, as long as not individual, as long as the company.
Okay, I think we've got one last question. Vincent?
You mentioned that most of the chickens sold are live. Is that almost 90% of the market in Indonesia is buying live chickens?
Yes, correct. That is one of our problem, you know, why the price of chicken always volatile.
And it's one of the problems with containing and controlling AI too, isn't it?
Correct. Correct.
Closing down the wet market seems to be a almost socially impossible task. Adele. Incidentally, we have a little time left here, so that's why we still got time for some questions. And I'll explain in a minute why we have some time left.
Echo, thanks for the presentation. Excellent. My question is, if ASEAN Free Trade Agreement kicks in next year, what's your outlook for the poultry sector in Indonesia, as well as feed?
It's a good question. Indonesia definitely now one of the most expensive chicken producer in the area. We have to admit. But we hope as the corn, as the farmer grow more corn, the corn price become cheaper and cheaper. Our cost will be less and less. One of the reasons why our chicken production cost is high is not because of the efficiency in growing the chicken, but because of our dependency on import products, something like that. And our rupiah is very volatile, as I mentioned to you before, can be as low as 9,000 rupiah per US dollar, but can be as high as 12,000 rupiah per US dollar. So, but 80% of Indonesian population is Muslim. There is a regulation just almost being passed this year, soon, that every meat imported has to be halal. Has to be halal. And halal make our production become more expensive also, because you cannot. Halal has to be traced for every single raw material. For instance, like one chicken nugget contain of more than 1,000 source of raw material, because the chicken nugget coming from the chicken coming from a lot of ingredient, and that ingredient coming from a lot of ingredient also. So under the Indonesian regulation, that has to be traced, that all the raw material used has to be halal.
Okay.
But whether like it or not, we have to face it. We have to make it more efficient. No choice.
Thank you.
Timothy.
I have two quick questions from two separate gentlemen from our Thai delegation. The first question is, Indonesia doesn't have a crushing industry. Any plans to have a crushing industry in Indonesia anytime in the future? Yes. Second question is relating to one of your charts, the Indonesian poultry industry overview. You mentioned your corn production is estimated, the government estimate is 17 million metric tons, but you have a feed production of, again, just 7.8 million metric tons. That's you've got a huge carryover, huge balance on your corn. What happens to that? What's been happening to the balance?
Okay, for the crushing mill, Indonesia doesn't really grow soybean. In the past, we used to, during the Suharto administration, we used to have one monopoly crushing mill for soybean, but now cannot compete. So, and Indonesia still imports soybean anyway. So, probably it's not economical to have our own soybean mill. Crushing mill. And Indonesia doesn't really consume soya oil, so we mainly consume palm oil for our cooking oil. So probably having a crushing mill in Indonesia will not be economical. What is the second question?
The official estimate on corn production.
That is the government official data. Probably the government just calculate the number of land and then divided by per capita, per hectare production. We normally the association use like USDA data and for our calculation. But you have to know also, but not all the corn in Indonesia is used for poultry feed or for animal feed. Most of the corn still consumed by human. Most of the Indonesian definitely using rice as the source of energy, but some part of Indonesia, like in Madura, they're not eating rice, but they are using corn to replace the rice. And most of our soup, everyday's diet, we use corn also, but so the bulk of the corn still used by human, not for poultry feed.
Okay, well, Pak Eko, thank you very, very much for an excellent presentation on Indonesia.
Thank you.